Our lead generation strategy is bringing us the results that you see on the screen right now. And the results actually all come from sending cold emails and doing it the right way. Cold email is still the most effective way to book sales meetings for your business. And I've been personally using cold emails to scale my lead gen agency from $0 a month to $30,000 a month. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down our campaign flow so that you can implement it for your own business or get us to do it for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. And here, I'm going to be diving into Smartly.ai. This is our email sending software, and I want to show you the campaign flow template that really any business or niche can follow if you're crafting out cold email campaign sequences. And then I'm going to write out scripts for 3 different offers, and then we're going to take one of those offers and write a full 4-step sequence. And I want you to stick around for the entire video because I promise you this is going to help equip you to book more sales meetings with cold outreach, the most affordable and effective way to scale your business. So what we're going to be doing here is looking at the overall campaign template. It's like the flow that every business is going to follow if you're launching cold email campaigns. And essentially you're going to have the subject line. That's the first thing that the prospect sees when you send them an email. So you want to pique their curiosity and get them to actually open the email itself. Then when you're actually in the body of the email, you're going to have an introduction. So that's going to be the first line that's personalized, it's relevant, and it answers the question of why now? Why are you reaching out to this specific person? Then within the body of the email, you're going to actually position your offer, telling them what you can help them do. And you want to back that up typically with social proof or case studies, building credibility to show that you've helped people in their shoes before, solve similar problems, and you've gotten them these types of results. Lastly, you want to have a value-driven call to action. And because we're reaching out to people cold, it's cold email, these people have no clue that you exist. You can't really, and maybe you can if your offer is super strong, but you typically don't want to push straight for the sales meeting. You want to offer some sort of lead magnet, something that entices them to opt in to wanting to have a conversation with you. And you're essentially just trying to get them from a cold prospect to an interested prospect. So now that I have shown you the flow, we're going to go ahead and jump into 3 different examples. So for offer number 1, let's pretend that you sell a software to home service businesses that helps them easily communicate with their customers for things like automated text messages or voice messages, automated voicemails, or maybe service requests or maintenance requests. And you essentially have a software that helps them automate that. And we're going to be reaching out to service-based businesses. So jumping into the flow here, I've already written out some of these scripts, but we'll write these together. For the subject line, people overcomplicate subject lines a ton. One that I've found to work extremely effectively is when you put the company's name in the body, your company's name in the body, and then intro. Oftentimes people will think that they're getting introduced to maybe it was a referral from somebody else, or they're just about to learn about some new potential solution that could really help them out. It's always worked much better than the quick question. We've really liked it. We've been having great results. But one thing that I want to stress is keep your subject lines short. Don't overthink them. It's really not that big of a deal in this entire situation. And I see a lot of people that overthink their subject lines, and it's not the most important aspect of your cold email outreach. Then for our first line, this is going to be answering the why now question. Hey, John, I noticed that you oversee company name operations. So I'm pointing out that I've done my research. I know that you're responsible for this position. And now I'm going to go ahead and poke the bear. I'm cutting straight through the fluff and I'm seeing if they're dealing with any problems that my solution can help them solve. Curious, are you able to easily communicate with your customers for any service calls or maintenance requests? Now we're going to jump into the body, and this is going to be the offer itself. We help service-based companies affordably connect with their customers with high-quality voice broadcasts and precise voicemail drops to reduce confusion and increase satisfaction rates. Now we're going to go ahead and continue with the body, and we're going to offer up some sort of risk reversal here and drop their guards. The best part about it is that there are no setup fees or minimum charges. You pay only for successful connections. And now we're not dropping a case study in here, but we're dropping some big names that they will recognize. And we're listing out with a strong offer that we're 50% of the price. We're just like Google Voice and Ringover, but 50% of the price. Now to finish this off, we want to go ahead and add a value-driven call to action. Mind if I send over a 1-pager on how it works? Again, we're reaching out cold. We don't want to push straight for the appointment. We just want to see if they're interested whatsoever. So that's offer number 1. Now we're going to go ahead into offer number 2, and let's pretend that you're selling a solution that essentially helps different creators or innovators or entrepreneurs develop new products. Like maybe they are in the market for developing a new product, but they don't know where to source different factories and manufacture the parts. They don't know if people will actually have an interest for their product, so they're scared to develop, throw a lot of money into development costs and then launch a product that just goes flat. So for our subject line here, I'm going to change it up a little bit. And I'm just going to say, are you developing any new products? Straight to the point. And now here in my intro line, hi, John. I was on your site today, and personalized line about one of their new products. One thing cool about today's age is that you could use tools like clay.com that'll actually research prospects' websites on your behalf and give you ideas that are relevant only to the person that you're reaching out to. So here I asked Clay to search these prospects' websites and find 2 of their most recent products that they have developed. And I want to call those out because it shows that we know that they're developing new products. It's relevant to them. We did our research. And now we go to poke the bear. Curious, are you dealing with any manufacturing uncertainty with the volatility of China? This is a genuine concern for a lot of companies developing products, especially in an election year. They don't know what could ever happen, and they don't want to have any sort of supply shortages. So that's a great poke the bear example here. And now we follow it up with the offer itself. We help brands take their product ideas from inspiration to tangible reality in under 150 days by utilizing our elevated product method to vet market opportunities, source production partners, and enable go-to-market rollout. Now we're going to follow this up with some social proof here, telling them, hey, we helped Prompt Anti-Watch profitably take their solution from a Kickstarter campaign to full market rollout in under 150 days by sourcing multiple factories to hit their target price, monthly operating costs, quality, and technology requirements. Now, again, a value-driven call to action to conclude this. Can I shoot you over a video explaining exactly how it works? So again, strong offer following the same flow, subject line, intro line that's relevant, the body of the message, which is the offer and the case studies, and then a value-driven call to action. Now let's jump into example number 3. And let's pretend for example number 3, you have a software product that essentially acts as a white label portal that you can place on your website if you are a value-added reseller of IT hardware. So super technical, but there's companies out there that resell IT hardware for larger companies like Cisco, Dell, EMP, HP, Lenovo. And essentially we're offering these companies a white labeled solution so that their customers could actually purchase IT hardware directly from them and their website as opposed to going directly to Cisco and Dell. And now our customer who has the software product can realize revenue there. And then their customers also have an easier way to go ahead and purchase new hardware and avoid any sort of like technology refreshes where they're oftentimes losing a lot of money. So here I am going to, for the subject line, I'm just going to say question for you, first name. And now I'm going to go ahead and copy over, and we're going to change up our intro line here, and we're going to cut all the fluff. John, I respect your time, so I'll get right to it. My research serves me well. It looks like you are an IT hardware value-added reseller. So it shows that we've done our research, we know who they are, and I'm using Ocean to make sure that I'm finding the exact IT hardwares because they're very hard to find their data for. We partner with value-added resellers that resell Cisco, Dell, HP, IBM, NetApp, etc. to fuel their growth strategy by embedding a white-labeled party maintenance portal on their website for their customers to place requests for maintenance. As a result, you generate 30 to 40% margin on those service calls. Now we're going to trickle this off with some social proof. Other VARs like Mainline, Converge, and Sirius have been working with our solution for many years, generating millions in revenue. And now we're going to top this off with a value-driven call to action once again, following that same flow. I have a one-pager detailing more. Mind if I share that with you here? And your call to action for the lead magnet, it just has to be something that people really can't get anywhere else. Like nobody else on the market is offering that. Oftentimes it could be a free trial of your service. It could be a free lead list if you're selling lead generation services. But essentially you just want to make that free lead magnet so good that they really do want to meet with you. And in this case, it's a no-cost solution for these people. Their clients are going to make more money, they're going to make more money, and it's completely free. So it was a really strong offer here. We might even be able to just go for the call to action. Cheers, Nick. So now we've written that same flow for 3 different offers. I'm just going to delete these last 2 and go back to the first one with the automated voice message solutions and text SMS solutions. And I'm going to finish out what this campaign might look like. And in this specific example, as I said before, we didn't include social proof in the body of the message here, but we did list out a couple of big names that people were likely to remember. And so now we'll go ahead and write email number 2. So we're going to really, for email number 2, I like to kind of reiterate what I said in email 1, but I want to hit with different points that might be more relevant in case what I mentioned in the first email wasn't so relevant as I thought it might be. So here I said, I sent you an email the other day about how we can enable your business to reduce client confusion and increase customer satisfaction with high quality voice broadcasts, mass text messages, and voicemail drops. But I probably didn't do a good enough job showing you how. So when thinking about your business, I had a few ideas, and we love placing these bullet points here because it makes it very easy on how you can help. And it paints a picture of exactly what potential scenarios your solution might be able to help them, what problems you might be able to solve for them. And in this case, confirmation text messages that their request was received, automated phone call from a system sharing what technician will be on the site and when, automated text and phone call to review feedback and surveys. So all great points here. And now I'm going to top this off with some social proof here. Richmond Pest Control recently made the switch and saved 50% while increasing satisfaction rate by 32%. And now the call to action, again, we're following that same flow. Open and chatting a bit more about your business and if we might be able to help. So that's email number 2. Again, following a similar flow and format. And then if you wanted to add something like a PS, we don't charge any setup fees and your bill is strictly based on usage. Email 3. So now that they haven't responded to the first 2 emails, email 3, we like to throw in some sort of plot twist, something to catch their attention here. Because typically the first 2 emails are going to get your most responses. So now, since I'm reaching out to service-based businesses, maybe I'm reaching out to plumbers specifically, I might say something like, hey, John, seems like you're avoiding me like a loose pipe avoids a plumber. Throw some sense of humor in there. Then we can go ahead into another case study. Anyway, Richmond HVAC recently made the switch to voice shot and save 50% while increasing satisfaction rates by 32%. And now we can go ahead and just plug in an easy call to action here. Reply yes, and I can shoot over a quick doc sharing how the system can work for you. We want to make it as easy for them to respond. So that's one option that you can do. Another option on what you can do here, which I really like to do, is I like to throw in another kind of plot twist here. Maybe if you don't want to do the loose plumber thing, reached out a few times, but haven't heard back from you. So it seems like your time is committed elsewhere. Is there somebody else that I should reach out to? Is this not relevant or bad timing or something else? These types of emails typically trigger some sort of response, and they'll either tell you to F off or they'll say, oh no, you need to be reaching out to so-and-so person. And now the last step, this is optional for you, but I like to do one 30 days later because a lot can happen in 30 days. And for my 30-day follow-up, I typically write to point out that it's been about 30 days. Hey, John, it's been about 30 days since I last reached out. Curious if revisiting this is worthwhile. And then I'll just close it out with Nick and then another PS. We just helped Arlington Pest Control achieve a 99% customer satisfaction rate while boosting their connection rate while boosting their customer satisfaction score by 25% in 62 days by implementing voicemail drops. So there you have it. That is a 4-step sequence. You have that 30-day Hail Mary follow-up. That's really it, guys. We follow these exact steps, like this exact process and that flow every time that we're launching a new campaign for one of our clients. It really can be applied to any niche. You just got to be creative on how you can position your offer, what pain points you can point out, because somebody might be having one problem while another person might have another. Your solution, on the other hand, could be addressing both those problems, but you won't know unless you're split testing and trying out different angles. Now, if you want to have this done completely for you by experts so that you could get qualified sales meetings booked for you on a performance basis consistently, then schedule yourself a free strategy chat. We'll just have a conversation and see if we can even help. And outside of that, I hope y'all enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.